Hey everyone, so I'm here. I'm going to do a quick video. I did make a blog post on my blog, which I will put the link to that below for you to go look at that. So it's kind of regarding what this video is about, but I did do the blog first because I'd started writing it before I did the video because I wasn't really going to do video on it, but I did decide last minute I was going to. So it's basically about parenting styles and stuff like that. I see a lot of bashing and hating lately on parents and other moms about how they discipline or make their child mind, and really, there's more important things in this world to be fighting over and to be debating over than how you discipline your child. I have 6 kids, and each one of my kids have got to be disciplined differently because one, I have a child with ADHD and I've got 3 with autism, so you can't just discipline them the way that most people would expect me to discipline my kids. Um, as you'll see if you go and read my blog, you will see that in that blog post I used an example of what me and my husband and my cousin had experienced last week while we were at Walmart waiting to check out. Um, there was a mother that was like a lane or two over from us. I can't quite remember now. It was really busy. And then, and her child was acting up pretty bad. I will admit the child was acting up very badly. But again, the child was maybe roughly around 2 and a half. So they don't really have full, what am I trying to say? They don't really have full realization on the difference between good behavior and bad behavior sometimes. Some people might want to argue with me on that, but that's my thoughts on it. Um, Now, getting back to the whole thing. So I had a mother that was standing behind me, and she had 2 boys that were, I don't know, I'm gonna say around 7-ish, 8-ish. Um, and while she's putting this other mother down and what this other mother should be doing to her kids are running around and tearing down magazine racks and trying to climb in people's carts and pulling things out of people's carts, and she's just standing there analyzing what this other mother should do. That this other mother should take her child and spank her or his bare bottom, and I was just horrified. Really, and I wasn't the only one. There was a couple people in front of me that was just shaking their heads, and I really don't have time for that. I didn't even respond to her. I think that's what she was looking for, was other people to maybe be on board with her. But the other parent of the child that was acting up in the cart, that was around 2 and a half, she was trying to calm her child down and explain to her child why they could not have what they wanted. I think it was like Smarties or something. And by the time she got through the checkout, yes, the child had calmed down and was pretty much back to calm beings. And that parenting style might work for that mother, whereas the other mother, yeah, maybe hitting your child or spanking your child works better for you. Just because it works for you doesn't mean it's going to work for somebody else. Now, I know that there are many parenting, I guess, tag videos or whatever here on YouTube, and those are great because it does show you that some parenting styles don't work for some parents. For me, we have to use timeout, or for my family, we have to use timeout. Um, we do, send them to the room and say, think about what you've done, whatever. Um, and one of the old school things, especially with my son, is if he's done something wrong, we'll make him write out lines. I don't see where there's any harsh punishment in that. I mean, we're not making him like do a whole package of loose leaf of lines. It's like one of the little papers out of a campfire notebook. We make him just like go halfway down the page. I've been looked down upon on that, and I really, you know, it disgusts me because it does teach him, and I can tell you it teaches him because there's a lot of things that he has done that's got him in trouble where he's had to write lines that he's never done again. And if it works for us, then okay, it should be dropped and left alone. Don't tell me what to do with my child or children, especially when you're not. Who's to say my parenting styles might not work for you? I can tell you right now that you're going to look at me or look at my husband and say, don't tell me what to do with my child, the same as I'm going to tell you. So, what I'm trying to get at is just because something works for you does not mean it's going to work for me, does not mean it's going to work for Jane Doe down the road or the other family up the other side of the road. It's our job as parents when we have kids to find out and seek out discipline, like discipline styles on how our children are going to react to them. If something doesn't work, try something else until you find what works. And when you find what works, and keep doing it. Because obviously they're responding to it. Children are not wired the same. Therefore, it's not going to work for one and, work for the other. Like I said, I have 6 kids, and each one of my kids have got to be disciplined differently. So I have got to discipline 6 different ways. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's stressful, but you know what? In the end, I get the result that I'm looking for, and my child will become a better person for that. Same as your child will become a better person for the way that you're disciplining them. And to be bashing on other mothers and other parents and families on what they do is wrong. It is right out wrong, and you shouldn't be doing that. Because, for one, you're probably most likely not professional or a psychologist, child psychologist at that. So, therefore, you can't be up here blasting people for things that you don't even know what's going on. You see minuscule clips of people here on Facebook or on YouTube. You're not seeing their whole day. Just because there's a label on a video that says day in the life, that is not from sun up to sundown. It is different pieces throughout the whole day brought together into a video. I could very well do a day in the life and not turn my camera off at all. But you're still not going to see the gist of it because for one, there there's so many other days in the week, and I could be filming on a good day, but you're not seeing what's really going on a bad day. So just because you're not seeing that much discipline in one video doesn't mean that the kids aren't being disciplined or that my kids are running wild or whatnot. That's not the case, and it's probably not the case for many other parents on YouTube or out there that are being hated on and bashed because of somebody that seems to think they know it all. And what's really mind boggling is when you have somebody coming up to you in a store and says, oh, your child's misbehaving or your child's out of character. How in the hell do you know my child's out of character? Do you know my child? Probably not, because I don't know you. Do you have children? And this is my favorite, when you ask them, do you have children? And they look at you and they say, no. Okay, then don't tell me what to do with my child, especially when you have absolutely no experience with raising a child. I myself, I will admit, before I had children, I was bad for that. But now that I have children and I really know what it's like to raise kids, I will never hate on another parent for the way they bring their child up. Now, I will say, I am against beating a child to the point where you're leaving marks on them, or to the point where they're screaming for help, or to the point that they're scared of you. That is not parenting. That's right out. That's violence. And all you're going to do is create another problem later down the road if you don't get caught first and end up in jail for abuse. So, all I'm trying to say is, unless you really live under my roof and live under all these other parents' roofs, you really have absolutely no reason or no uh, excuse really to be bashing on us because you don't know. You may think you know, but you have no idea what it's like. Each family has different uh, situations. I have a very busy household. We have 8 of us living under this roof. Okay, and I think there's another mom on here. I think it's 8 kids, but who's counting? I've watched her videos and she looks like she has a very busy house, but I will say she is a very good mom. Same as Gabe and Jess, same as Lynn's and Baby. All of them. And I see repeatedly on websites, which I won't name because really it's stupid, is what it is. Um, Other parents being bashed. So what if your child don't start talking by 2? I don't have a child that's talking right now fluently. She's 4. But there's a reason why she doesn't talk. I have another child that didn't start talking till 3 and a half. He doesn't have a reason. But one day he just woke up and he just started talking and hasn't stopped. It's not how we parent, it's how that child's wired. And that is what really bothers me, is that you're not taking that into consideration. That yes, sometimes it can have to do with how, like, if you just shove your child in front of a TV and leave the child there 24/7, yeah, okay, you're probably going to get negative results out of that. I will say that. But if you are really, really, really absolutely the best parent that you can be and you're doing what works for your family, then really, who cares? Because I really don't. I see all these kids on YouTube, they're happy. My kids are definitely happy. Mind you, I don't have a whole lot of videos up with my kids. Um, Basically because that's my personal preference. Someday I will. But for right now, I like doing these little things that I'm doing here now. Um, but really, stop the bashing and stop the hating on parents and moms. Parenting is a hard enough job as it is. Being a mom is a hard enough job as it is, especially if you're a young mom. That, I mean, it it's okay, Layla. A dog's gonna start barking here in a minute. Um, that to be hated on and bashed on, it just adds to it. And really, by stressing out a parent, you're stressing out the whole household. So just please stop and think about what you're saying before you go and start hating on us. Anyways, that's it. And so I'll put the link to my blog, where are we? Down here. So you can subscribe up here, I think. It's still up here. YouTube's changed again. So like or subscribe, like, and comment. Gonna be doing another video in the next couple of days. I'm not sure what. So if you have any ideas or suggestions, just comment below. Also, I'll put a link to my fan page. Layla, it's okay. Below too, with the link to the blog. So anyways, I hope everybody's having a great week and I will talk to you soon. Bye.